Everyone, live garage day here at home, working on the 1990 Yamaha Radian build. Originally, this was a just a parts, more or less a parts bike I bought with a title and a locked up motor. Little did I find out. So, seller sold it to me as a bike with a that needed a starter, and the starter was locked up. I guess I was kind of naive. I haven't been burnt before. I've bought a lot of bikes. I've ridden a lot of bikes in my life, and play with Marketplace quite a bit. But the seller got me on this one. But I'm gonna do a little wrenching today. Pop in and say hello. Appreciate everyone for watching. Recently got some new parts. Bought a fuel line kit. This is a clutch cable and a front master cylinder rebuild kit. So hopefully that thing will come back to life. It's pretty stiff right now. I've got the rack of carbs out right now. Hoping these things will also be good, but I've got rebuild kits for all 4 carbs. Taking the old chain off right now. I'm gonna end up putting a replacement X-ring chain on this thing. When I bought this bike, they told me it ran in August of 2024. I bought it in December of 2024. This thing did not run. There's no way. Taking the primary sprocket cover off. Seems like nowadays they don't really make these things this beefy. This thing it's actually built out of real material and then has some reinforcement behind it even. But I guess a 65 horse 4-cylinder, being a sprocket driven bike, better have something pretty decent. Old big 530 O-ring chain actually could probably be brought back to life, but I bought a new chain for it. I'm gonna be probably better off at that point. This definitely have some miles on it, and surprising enough, it didn't even have a master link. So usually in the bike world, that means that's an original chain, but there's no way. This bike's got like 43,000 miles on the clock. There's no way that's the original chain, but I don't know. Seen weird stuff before. I think I am going to hold off on putting the new chain on though, because I'm going to be taking the rear tire off. I've got room. I might even go with a little bit wider tire. I'm going to go with like an adventure tire that's like a, I think a Battle Axe. God, I can't even remember the name of it. Or Kenda Big Block makes a tire for it for that size. 16-inch rims in the adventure world. It's kind of hard to find, but I did buy I've got a 18-inch front off of an FJ 600 coming, and that's going to be here on Monday, I think. So I'll take it from a 16-inch front to an 18, just for a little bit more off-road capability. And then I'll be putting a high fender kit. I'll have to build something up here. So I'll have a high fender kit of some sort. It's going to probably look a little goofy, but I'm sure we'll get into some mud and stuff. It'll be kind of cool. It's funny because I got a perfectly capable 2021 KTM 890 in the background. You might be able to see it like right there. He's just looking at me staring like, what the hell does this guy think? So today I think I'm going to put the exhaust on. I swapped the motor last week. One day after work, ended up doing it by hand. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I'm going to probably start to try to get the motor buttoned up. And then I've got a fresh, or kind of a fresh harness, wiring harness coming for it. The previous owner, or somewhere down the road, the bike's almost 35 years old. Somewhere down the road, somebody had hacked up the fuse box. So I'm hoping that I can get that thing straightened out. But I ended up just buying a used harness for like 30 bucks off of eBay. At that point, you just can't go wrong. It doesn't make any sense to suffer. This clutch cable looks kind of short. I think it might be okay. Weird. No. Just want to make sure I get the direction of the cable correct. Came through this way. And then hopefully that won't be in my way when I go to put the exhaust on. So we'll find out. Also, a main difference between the 1990 bike with a 1986 engine, and I found out some differences. The oil filter housing on the 1990 model had ports for an oil cooler, inlet and outlet, and then this one is all air cooled. So surprising enough, that must have been an upgrade, maybe an issue from the earlier models, but hopefully not. Trying to get rid of these old cables too. Would probably be good as a spare. Nope, not good as a spare. I love this lift, but man, I keep stabbing my head on the freaking corner of this. It's like perfect when I'm working on something and I pick my head up and I stab it right into that thing. Hopefully this was just a sign of a slopped out clutch cable, but I'm gonna have to reclock the clutch lever. That's where all my slack went. Try something like that. This one actually has a return screen too. The other one didn't have a return screen. Couldn't even get the adjuster on the end of the clutch cable. That's better. Should have known better than to set this quite yet. Not 100% legit, but it's on there. One thing that scares me is it almost feels like there's no clutch in there. Suppose we could take that basket off of there and find out. I do know for sure this is an engine with good compression, but other than that, I know nothing about it, so. A little worried, but so we'll find out when that time comes. That's why it's a winter project. Or that cable's just a buttery. It's nice the O-ring's gone off the top of the oil fill cap. Find one of them. Alright, I think I'm going to try to put that main exhaust on there. Put that. Big old super heavy dual exhaust, 4-into-1 manifold. Try to fit this thing up in there. I know it was kind of a pain getting it out of there just because I got these straps right here. That I think was a pain. I can't remember. Find out. There's only 3 bolts that hold that whole thing up there. One on the very center of it, and then back here by the passenger foot peg, there's a bolt. So see about fitting it up there. There it is. Got this kind of nice little nut that fits into a machined spot. These are heavy. Gotta figure something out. Ah, that's what it was. Forget this side. That's why it was a pain. This bike has a center stand, and the exhaust kind of has to wrap up through the center stand. one side up. It's no fun. I feel like I'm a mess, man. Yeah, now we're making some progress. Considered, especially with this thing being a kind of prone to some damage, I'm going to try to build some really cool crash guards and stuff, especially to protect the exhaust. Maybe like pannier racks. I think I'm going to do it out of like 1/2-inch conduit. I built some racks, some pannier racks for my XR250. Obviously they don't make that stuff anymore. That bike was, I think, last produced in early 2000s. Oh, the exhaust is on. Sorry, trying to figure out how to view the chat at the same time. Hopefully you guys can chat, hang out, do some garage stuff. Sunday here in Michigan, it's snowing. We got like 2 to 4 inches of lake effect today, so it's a good day to be out in the garage. Yesterday I did some snow or some winter camping in the big wall tent and I got home and literally there was ice frozen on everything, so I had to lay the whole thing out on in the garage, so I didn't have my garage until today. Finally got that brute put away. Looking forward to the cabin build. Cabin build would be kind of cool. Hopefully y'all can hang out and do some live streams then too. See how long this goes today. Still pretty new to live stream, so hopefully everybody hangs out and chats, enjoys. One big thing I like about live streams is the networking for the people commenting, especially if you're new to YouTube. Helped me out big when I was a bit before that time. When I was just a little guy, I guess I still am the little guy, but I know there's a lot of people that are focusing on trying to get monetized these days, so get to that 1,000 subscriber check mark and spend your time, put your time in on YouTube and network with other YouTubers that are doing the same stuff. It definitely helps. Ready for some more fun. I'm gonna put these 2 inside cylinders on. I think I'm actually gonna clean these up a little bit. They got some little rust or corrosion around that, so bear with me. I'm gonna run I got the air compressor started. Just need to clean it up. Always need an air nipple when it's not on the right tool. Here. I'm gonna do it away from the carbs. It's better. I get a lot of that pitting and corrosion off of there. Good old pipe stuff. we'll loosen that. Bolts that I just tightened up. Loosen those up. Considered putting different exhaust on this thing, but this build has already gotten complex enough. I think I'm going to avoid it. Oh. Dang, dude, that scared me. The oil filter housing is upside down and it's hitting the exhaust. It's nice. Real nice buzz. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. I gotta change the oil filter anyway. But that'll be good for it. Yeah, this oil filter housing is just big air-cooled fins. That's what the bottom like crossover tube was hitting. It's pretty cool, just one big heat sink. Boom. Oh, you're such a bitch. Come on. Yeah, one started. Probably don't say it enough, but welcome everyone to the chat. I appreciate y'all for watching. Not really sure if anybody's commented. I can't really figure that part out. I want to make this landscape mode just because you can all see it, but we got the Scrambler project here. It's a 1990 Yamaha Radian that I bought on accident and bought it with a locked up motor, so I've since swapped the motor. At this point I think I bought a rear wheel, the exhaust, and the frame with a title, and that's about it. So that's what happens when you don't look a bike over close enough that you buy on Facebook Marketplace. But we're on the rebuild process now. Original exhaust is going back on today. I'm waiting on a fresh used wiring harness off of eBay for, I think I paid 30 bucks for it. Pretty happy to find parts still. People are parting these bikes out because they'll buy a bike like this and then realize that it's just not worth it. But I think it's kind of cool because I'll be using a bike that I've touched literally every inch of before going on a pretty grueling adventure with. Of course, I didn't buy the exhaust gaskets, so I'm hoping those gaskets will be fine, but not really worried about it. And this one's got some more corrosion. I'm gonna got a wire wheel, get that stuff off of there. Sure, if you guys are new here, probably like, what the hell is this? Is an outdoor channel. Why is he working on a motorcycle? But I do like everything outdoors, and part of that is riding dirt bikes. And this is going to be a scrambler build. So we do some serious adventures on dirt bikes and stuff. Usually camp off of them for sometimes 7 to 10 days at a time. Also, don't know if there's a difference between this one and this one. Actually, it looks like there's a little bit of a change in curvature. One looks a little bit longer. Maybe this is the other side. I'll try this one. Yeah, something like that. Forgot I gotta break this free. It pulled the whole stud out of the original engine, so try to break that loose. Put a little liquid assistance on it. Okay, one more header to go. Oh, yeah. Alright, everything's kind of like soft installed right now, but I guess I can take these off. I think I'm done with those. I just need to figure out how to get this. Where did I put that? Got that nut that I need to break free from the stud. First, hopefully the stream looks good for everybody. I'm actually at home today, so I'm on my Wi-Fi, where I was out streaming last weekend at the off-grid cabin build site, and that stream I think was kind of jumpy just because I was using I think I was on like a 5G network. So I'm actually gonna pull you guys up on my work phone, and I can watch chats. Hopefully that'll work out. Oh yeah, I got some new parts. Definitely pretty excited about having some parts on hand. Found this company called Brake Crafters that makes master cylinder rebuild kits, and I'm contemplating using that, or if I'm gonna just break down and buy like a whole new master cylinder. This front one it's pretty rough. I don't know if it'll pick it up correctly, but it does work, and I think the rebuild kit will help. When I had this thing on the ground, the front brakes did work, so I was happy to see that. I'm already rebuilding everything else. I want everything to be good. I want it to be fresh, and I want it to be functional, because the last thing I want is to have problems. We put like 1,500 miles on these bikes for this big trip. And these trips are like 7 to 10 days long, so everybody's kind of thinking about bringing a spare bike, but I want to spend the time this winter and get mine dialed to where I don't have to depend on bringing a spare bike. Sure, wouldn't be all bad to throw another bike in the trailer and leave it in there, but at the same time, it's like a accountability thing. If you're accountable for maintaining your bike over the winter. So with that, yeah, where the hell did I put that stud? I'm a freaking mess today, man. There it is. Put the vise and try to break it free. Pulled it out of the other cylinder head. Now the vise is not going to hold it. Just need the nut. That's hold it. Put some more horsepower on it. Supposed to do it to where it hurts. Something like that. That didn't work. Ugh. Those ain't gonna work. What about these ones? These are my favorite vice grips. These ones should have some teeth to them. Dang, man. I don't know. Might have to order some new ones. Just need to break it free. Maybe I'll let it sit here. Break away. Thanks guys for watching the Scrambler build for 2025, about a 1,500 mile road trip / adventure out of Kentucky KAT. We'll do the Daniel Boone Backroads and Byways Trail, and that ought to be fun on these things. I'm definitely gonna have to build a skid plate, but yeah, 1990 Yamaha Radian 4-cylinder. It's about 65 horse from factory. I definitely feel like I made a mistake, and I keep saying that, and I keep kicking myself for buying this bike, but I should have just looked it over a little closer. But at this point, I'll have my eyes and my hands on just about everything on this bike beforehand. So far I've pulled the existing motor, found out it was locked up, or there was some bottom end or transmission issues. So I ended up finding an eBay replacement that's from a 1986 model. This one had some harness differences, and I actually had to replace the harness too. So I've got the harness coming. So pretty much bought a frame, a rear wheel and tire, because I already replaced the front wheel with a taller one. That one's coming too. And a title. The title actually was a clean Michigan title with it. So perfect Michigan lake effect snow garage day today. I look forward to wrenching in the garage. I know some of you are like, dude, this guy's got an outdoor channel. What the hell is he doing? But this is all part of it. It's all behind the scenes stuff. pokey. Alright. I'm going to replace the throttle cable too, which I will end up pulling. I've got a replacement throttle cable there. I'll end up pulling these bars off. I think I'm going to go with something just a little stronger, just in case I drop it. I kind of expect to drop it. Alright. Might drop this thing down just a little bit. Because I'm old and I don't feel like hurting my back bending over. This thing, somebody put a cruise control lever on here. It says Vista Cruise. Cruise the Vista. Might come in handy. I might actually leave that on there. Cables are another one that's like, you're already that far into it, you might as well. If I ever buy another bike, the corrosion's definitely like such a dead giveaway. Look at that, some fancy 1990 bracketry. It's kind of weird. Usually these bikes have a little knob so you can't spin the throttle side. Usually you can't spin either side, but well, shoot. Might as well just take the whole damn thing off. Old shitty cable. Sometimes I feel bad throwing this kind of stuff away because you could lube it up and keep it as a spare, but at the same time it's like the ends are probably just close enough to going in the wrong direction, and then you're stranded. So at that point it's easier and probably smarter just to buy a new cable. So simple. A lot of the A lot of the bikes I've had have two different throttle cables, one for a return, and that's not all bad, but it's just more complicated. What the heck? Just enough machining on this that it won't fit through. You can see that. There's like a little barb on it. It won't fit through the hole on the... You just get a screwdriver and force it. And then stab yourself in the hand. And then complain about it later. Just like that. Except I didn't stab myself in the hand. Look at that. Nice fresh cable. Come on. You stay. You stay. Baba, baba. That's what the bike says. Wow. Figure out how this freaking contraption goes on there. I just get frustrated and pull it off of there. Like this? No. Like this? Ah, the bracketry is for the cruise control. Learn something new every day. Still think it's crazy. There's literally like nothing else holding it other than tightening up the screws. That's almost scary. I guess it just tightens up the throttle tube. Just puts a little bit of pressure on it to where it'll hold the throttle tube in place, which will be good for highway riding, but that is a little scary. I think that's how it went. You have to do this stuff half the time, and I can't remember where cables went. The last cable I got it, which I'm not going to change, is the choke cable. I'm not really worried about the choke cable. What sucks about having something this old too is like almost every screw is almost rounded off, or not rounded off, but stripped out. We had all the hardware is like, you can tell people are on it either not knowing what they're doing or had terrible screwdrivers. Learned a trick in the small engine repair world was, especially if you have stuff with aluminum and steel, you tighten just a click and that'll break it loose. But I also like to try to have good screwdrivers. Yeah, that's junk hardware after multiple people messed with it. Oh, nice. Definitely nothing but moisture inside. That's a bit discouraging. There's almost no fluid in it too. Look at all that nice corrosion and nastiness, which I don't think is a deal breaker. Put that stuff on. Should probably just take that off. Hey, welcome. If you just joined the chat or the live stream, appreciate you watching. I'm building a bike for a big trip to Kentucky. We'll haul the bikes down for about a 1,500 mile road trip. Didn't think that one through very well. Should have taken this line off first. I gotta figure something out too with this manifold. I got a manifold up here. To look in my my lever drawer and see if I got some of these see if I got some of these handles or levers. I like the legit Yamaha stuff. It's such cool stuff, especially from the 90s, but look at all that corrosion in there. I said I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker, but I've got the rebuild kit. I'll probably play with it today and see about cleaning it up. Need some rags. The fluid actually didn't look terrible that was in it, but this thing needs to be ripped apart. And I can't say I've done one, so I'm gonna do it live. What better way to do it than do it live? Gotta be pretty simple though, somewhat straightforward. It looks like the guts just kind of like pull out of it. The other thing I gotta do is get some mirrors for this thing. I bought it, it didn't have a mirror on it. Let's see this mess that I got down here. Super shallow. This rounded bit won't work. One of my favorite kits I ever bought. As soon as I get straightened up here, I'll open it. Definitely my favorite kit. What do they have? 3/16? It can't be standard. It's gotta be a 5. Yup. Yeah, I bought this kit when I was, shoot, probably 20, 22 years old, and little did I know it was going to be like the most handy kit that I'd ever buy. It's Mac Tools. I don't even think they make it anymore. That's the sad part. Man, just rust on everything. I love when people just let their stuff sit outside. Like this year I bought a Yamaha Gold, or a fucking Yamaha, Jesus. I bought a Honda Goldwing. And even though that thing's as big as a Farmall Cub, it's even stored inside. Oh boy. Well, that doesn't even feel bad. actually don't know if I'll be able to do anything with this today because I don't have a snap ring plier set. This one, but it's kind of big. Do that right next to my drink. There they are. Yeah, I definitely don't have a snap ring plier set that I can pull that out of there with. So much corrosion on everything. Actually, from doing it like this, it doesn't feel bad. Maybe I should clean this out. Open a window. Maybe I'll clean this out and then see how it reacts. Alright, be sure to send me a reminder to buy a small snap ring plier set. I'm sure Amazon will send me plenty of ads now. Man, that sucks too. I wonder if I can clean that up. It's like just enough corrosion on that. I might actually hit that with a wire wheel real quick. Looks way better. Just all the gunk and corrosion on the inside though. Look at that. Look at all this white crusty stuff coming out of it. Okay. I'm not going to hit the rubber with that multi-purpose solvent stuff. I want to save it. I know that can sometimes mess with the integrity of the rubber. So I'm going to try to just wipe this white crusty stuff off of here. And then this stuff on the inside of this, I believe this is aluminum. I'm not really sure. Could be a cast of some sort. I'm going to hit that also with the little die grinder wire wheel. And then there's a screw missing. Oh, here it is. I'll try putting that back together. Yeah, that feels way better. I don't know why it felt so crusty up there, but maybe it's in the line. Hard saying, not knowing. Know what I'm saying? A little bit better. Yeah, I like using wire wheels because it doesn't take material off, or it has a lot less of a chance to take material off. What's going on here? Out of there. Oh, duh. Can't put that on yet. I gotta fill it. Alright, guess I'll put it back on the bike. Yeah, I think I'm gonna find some kind of like off-road style mirror for this. Considered going the cheap route. Amazon sells kind of like an off-brand or a no-name double take mirror. I think that's what I'm gonna end up going with. But I'm not sure. Not sure if I'm a big fan of the old off-brand stuff, because I've learned the hard way. Just buy the right thing once. It's gotta be DOT3, right? 3 or 4. Sweet. Because I got 3. Let me put this back on. Well, that's not a 10. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there because I don't know if it's gonna leak either, but let's see if we got. And I need a lever in this super shallow headed bolt. What's the size of a bleeder? 10? That's like 9. I think it's something stupid. No? Gotta be 8. That's what I said. I had some hose. Clean this up a bit. What is this? China bike carb. It's already leaking down. You never know when you need a bike carb from China or one of the hoses off of it. Ugh. Put that on my bleeder. Too big. Can't have anything nice. I didn't open it that much. Uh-oh. Doesn't feel as crusty as it did. It was pretty bad. Looks like we got 2 in here. Welcome everyone. Working on the Scrambler build. I'm like punishing myself with. Get the air out of this thing. Make a freaking mess, man. There it is. I'm getting primed now. Somebody told me, or I read somewhere, I can't remember. You can bleed from the highest point. To get the majority of the air out, but it's, man, it sucks. Getting freaking oil on the floor. Okay. Huh. I had a little bit of a prime. Very well could be lines. What can I do? I got an idea. Gear tie. There. That's smart, right? Good use of gear tie. Trying to bleed brakes here. Trying to make old stuff work again. I don't even know if it goes yet, and I'm trying to rebuild the brakes. Got a lot of air in the system, or something's just that junk. And I'm trying to not make a mess everywhere. At one point somebody told me you can bleed the majority of your air out that comes up to the highest point. I got good prime at one point. Just need one more hand. Just don't want to make a huge mess either. Starting to get it. There it is. Hey, welcome back to chat. Take forever, man. Yeah. Go everywhere. Finally got some pressure. I gotta wipe that off of everything now. I think I should be able to. Yeah. Should be able to start bleeding from the calipers down below now. Actually holding pressure now. It's a freaking good feeling, man. And I'll have new fluids and everything, knowing that it's been touched. It doesn't have a bunch of water in it. That stuff off of everything as I spill more. Try bleeding from the other brake side. I haven't touched the other caliper yet, so we'll see. Take this, and I'll take this. Now that side actually held quite a bit of pressure. Some air did come out though. So I suppose I could probably tighten that bolt up the rest of the way. Too much. Settle down there. I'm only using the gear tie because I'm trying to not make a humongous mess everywhere. I just changed the motor, or just replaced the motor in this bike, and I did happen to get quite a bit of oil everywhere when I did that, so trying to be a little more conscious of making a humongous mess. It might be this caliper. The other caliper was holding some serious pressure. There we go. The best. I'm just gonna do it, man. Just gonna do it. Best pressure I've had. There it is. That definitely makes me feel better. Front brakes again. I think I'm gonna replace the bars on this. I think when I do that, I'll probably get new levers and all that stuff too. Just in preparation for, I know we'll probably drop them. We'll probably have fun doing fun stuff. Yeah. Brake bleed Sunday. Now if those front calipers work, that'll be the next thing. Makes me feel better. One more thing checked off the list. Now I'll top it off and put that cover back on. That makes me feel way better. And I like to try to keep the stuff as original as possible. It seems like anymore people have options for those cheap Chinese built stuff that, you know, it doesn't last very long. So OEM equipment seems like it lasts so much longer, especially if you maintain it. That's what kills me about when people buy stuff and then it sits and don't take care of it. It's one thing to have the stuff and it's cool to have it, but you gotta maintain it. Gear tie for the wind today. I'm not gonna put it up there, I'll forget it's up there. Right. A little comment in there for you. Try to leave a comment down below if you can. Helps out. Hopefully brings more people in. Trying to do the live stream a little bit more. I think it's a lot of fun. Especially on days that I'm like just hanging out in the garage by myself. That's it. No more. I think the time has come to start tearing into these carburetors. I freaking hate carburetors. I hate them. And I only have 2 fuel injected bikes out of the fleet. Still, I don't know. Freaking rack of carburetors, man. Who actually likes these things? I know there's people out there that prefer them, but I don't know. I'm not your guy. Not your buddy guy. Not your guy, friend. Should stop. I am gonna use, usually when I start breaking into carburetors or anything, I try to use literally the best screwdriver kit that I have. It's a Mac Tools kit I bought back in the day, and some of the nicest bits that I can see the little grooves in it. That helps big time. So like just actually grab the screw head. And if you've ever done a rack of carburetors or any of them, you can start to see like multiple of them. Carbs have definitely been apart before, and people usually round the heads of screws off, so I'm not messing around. I'm usually try to stay away from any cheap screwdrivers to begin with, but grab. There it goes. Hey, I got a like. Thanks. Thanks for liking my stream. I'm streaming for like an hour it took before I got a like, so appreciate that. Yeah. Start taking these rack of carbs apart to see what we're working with. I'm a little afraid, I'm not gonna lie, but my older brother has a nice ultrasonic carburetor cleaner, and if I have to, that's what I'll resort to. But being that I can smell these things, and if you've ever worked on anything with old gas in it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Freaking vinegar. Carb rebuild kits that I got actually came with new bowl screws, so like I said, I like to keep stuff as original as possible, but if any of them are pretty rounded off, I'll definitely replace them just because it'll save me some time in the future. Oh, there's still some gas in one of them. Thought I got it all out. Hence the gloves. I don't mind getting my hands dirty, but something to be said about getting old gas on your skin. It seems like you can never get it off you. See if we got a couple on the stream. Where are you guys from? I'm here in Southwest Michigan today. Got a couple 2 to 4 inches of snow. So it's a perfect day to work on the bike in the garage. Alright, moment of truth. Last screw coming out. Start to see what we're working with. Watch a guy on YouTube, the Bearded Mechanic. Used to be the mechanic Craig on Bikes and Beards. Oh man, that don't look bad. He's gotten into some of the worst. Dude, these carbs look nice. There's not even any like stuff in them. Holy cow, man. I did not expect that. How did I get that lucky? Shouldn't talk yet. Yeah, Bearded Mechanic, he gets into some like serious stuff. Working on people's bikes in the driveway and trying to get it running to ride it home. I'd get so frustrated. I like taking my time. See through it. Main jet. Dude, I thoroughly impressed. I can't say enough for that. I don't want to speak too soon, but maybe I'll wait for that battery to come. Wondered, little Mac tool screwdriver. Perfect. Even smaller. Just see through it. Perfect. It's impressive, man. I did not expect that. Oh, what the heck? What the heck is even that? Freaking pressed in here or what? Well, the needles move up and down freely. Someone literally was in these not long ago. Maybe this thing did run last summer. Previous owner told me for sure it did not, or it did run, but after seeing, or after getting into the motor a little bit and realizing that it's just about locked up. I didn't expect that. The gas is definitely newer too. It doesn't have a ton of old smell to it. You can tell it's probably over a couple months. Maybe somebody tried to put juice to her and she didn't want it. I'm just gonna put it back together, see how it runs when that time comes. Try to get a good treatment running through the fuel system. That's the other thing, is I need to figure out if the gas tank leaks anywhere. The gas tank's got like this nasty, not nasty, I guess somebody probably just ran it through the like dip or something, dipper or whatever they call that stuff. Some kind of liner. Did not expect that. To see where these carbs, or where all the wiring harness is going to run through. If I can, I'll put these carbs on today, and then can try testing out the fuel tank. This is where in real life, or in my regular videos, I would probably do some kind of time lapse, but you're going to see it real time. Maybe these carbs will be just fine. And then this new motor that I just put in, maybe that'll run just fine. I could use a little luck. Could use a win with this bike for sure. Ooh. Alright, maybe I don't even need those rebuild kits. Nice. And I'm going to replace the fuel line because I Just got some new stuff. So, yeah. Pry this old stuff off of here. I'm super excited to take a older bike this year, just because kind of test your abilities. Not only with your riding skills, but also your maintenance skills, mechanical skills, whatever you want to call it. I think that's all part of it. It's super easy to like go rent a bike, which I do plan on doing one day. Fly out and rent a bike. It'd be fun. I just can't get anything in there. I don't want to break the T off of there. There it goes. Yeah. Alright. Some new fuel line. Stuff looks giant. I don't even think this is the kit that I bought. Is it? It's actually smaller. Little son of a buck. Look, might have some more of that somewhere. Save that for another day, maybe. I don't know. Nope, don't have none. I think this is where I'll probably end off though. Huge progress for today. I got the new chains ready to go on. The exhaust is all on, not tightened down or anything yet. Just waiting on the harness, and then I'm waiting on the, I don't know, this fuel line will work, but I don't know if the inside diameter is too small, so I want to be able to move the volume of fuel that the bike needs, so we'll see. But make sure I got the right stuff. I'm in no rush. Said it's January in Michigan, so I can't really do anything for a while anyway. But we'll go from there. Carbs look good though. Super happy about that. There's not even like old gas varnish or anything all over. Yeah, looking good though. Can't say, can't be happy enough about that. Just wish there was more room to get the carbs in and out. It's always fun. I'm sure that's everybody's got the same idea there. Yeah, I'll definitely wait to put the fuel line on, because got some wiring that I'll need to go through there, and I won't be putting the carbs in right away. So as soon as that harness comes, that'll be the next big build day. Maybe I'll try to do a live stream during that too, but I work out of town this week, so it's gonna take away from it. I'm gonna take this oil cooler off, since the older engine that I got for it's all air. There's no what was on there? Where the hell did this come from? Vacuum cap. Oh well. Like I said, I'm a mess. But hey, I'm gonna end it off here. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. We'll do some more wrenching in the garage together.